Surah An-Nas is probably the longest surah that you're going to try to attempt to recite in one breath. I'm going to try it. Let's go. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل أعوذ برب الناس ملك الناس إله الناس من شر الوسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس. Almost made it.
Beautiful job. That was an amazing attempt. You just was one verse short.
Yeah.
But what actually occurred there, just due to running out of breath, is we ended up adding a ha, right? An-nas. Right?
Okay.
So we ended up adding a ha there. So that's something you want to look out for when you're trying to put these verses together. Make sure you run out of breath, not to add an extra
letter
after that breath. Pay attention to the word. This is very common. The word a'udhu.
Hold on. I got this. We've been running into this problem over and over. Maybe it's time to get a new marker and I just wiped this down, but all we got to do is give it a little shaky shake and then we open it back up. I made the mistake of doing the shaky shake while the pen was open and then, whoa, almost. There we go. Now we're good.
Yeah. So if we take a look here at the word a'udhu, there's actually 2 points. Hamza, ayn, right? We want to make a clear distinction between them, guys, right? A'u, a'udhu. And we want to make sure that we keep our tongue completely flat.
You're basically saying my Arnold needs more practice. I need to put more energy and effort into lifting things up and putting them down. In the case of the ayn and the a.
Yeah, you want to make sure that we're lifting that ayn, right? And the hamza should be clear and sharp. A'udhu. Make sure, guys, we keep our tongue flat for the daal. It sounded slightly almost like a va. Not completely a'udhu, but it was like an in-between dhu versus dhu. So keep our tongue flat. Place pressure on the tip of your tongue to achieve the letter daal. Pressure on the tip of your tongue, that is, by placing it at the bottom edge of your top 2 front teeth. قُلْ أَعُوذُ بِرَبِّ النَّاسِ. I mean, other than that, beautiful job. If you guys want to learn more Tajweed rules, you want to see more of Brother Bilal's lingo as well, you can visit us on our YouTube channel, Quran Flow, very simple, or visit us at our website, quranflow.org.
I am going to attempt to recite not the entirety of Surah Al-Falaq in one breath, but bits and pieces of it, at least a couple verses at a time. Let's see how it goes. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل أعوذ برب الفلق من شر ما خلق ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب ومن شر النفاثات في العقد ومن شر حاسد إذا حسد. All right, I got
Beautiful
the first
job.
2.
I was going to say, hold on. That was like, I mean, really, all we did was read the first 2 together and everything.
Yeah, I kind of gave up on it because I was like, this is not flowing from me.
Well, I mean, other than that, you read beautifully.
Okay.
Sure. Just a few things, especially when we have, because Hamza and Ayn, they both come from the throat, right? So it's very easy to get them to sound the same. They're something similar to each other.
Sure.
So so to be a'u. Yeah, so instead of a'u, right? A'u, right? So the hamza is deeper in our throat.
Sure.
And the ayn is a bit above that, right?
I go.
And the ayn is more like a lift. We're trying to lift it out of our throat.
Like Arnold. It's trying to Arnold.
A'udhu.
Ignored my. You're like, I'm not even gonna comment on this ridiculousness, but sure, going.
Yeah, and another common mistake is because we have so many shaddahs, or you want to call them, W's or strong signs, back to back. We tend to not complete them. So some of them weren't applied.
Okay.
So we want to have on the ra to the noon, and the noon to the fa.
Okay.
So it should sound, guys. وَمِن شَرِّ النَّفَّاثَاتِ فِي الْعُقَدِ. I will say you bounced your letters beautifully, though. Your qaf, your ba, your daals.
I got my dribble up.
Now, if you guys want to see more content of Brother Bilal, of this Quran and Tajweed rules, then visit us at quranflow.org and enroll in our coming semester.
And also, if you want to see some fun content exploring the shapes of the Arabic letters, we do have an entire playlist exploring the shapes of the Arabic letters. But keep in mind, you saw the difference in dynamic. I'm a little bit more goofy with the stuff, and he's a little bit more straight arrowed. So that's going to be the difference with the
a YouTube channel versus, you know.
Well, yeah. Well, it's a little bit more formal on that side. But they didn't let me be a contributor on the actual instruction. They're like, we'll keep Bilal on the YouTube. You can keep your A-leaves and boats and domingos and tacos on YouTube, and we'll just keep it proper on the other side. So. But I'm not the only guy here, so thankfully, if you want more diversified content on the channel too, we do have Adam as well as several others.
Yes.
And we're also in the studio to give you more of Adam. How many times can you recite Surah Al-Ikhlas in one breath? Let's try it out. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل هو الله أحد.
That was a horrible idea, right?
So, do tell, please, what was so bad about that idea?
What we want to try.
It was a good attempt, though.
Yeah, it was a good attempt. But what we want to try and do is to ensure that we're applying the Tajweed rules correctly. And given each letter and each sound, their due rights is try your best to stop on the head of every.
That's okay. Keep going.
Try to stop on the head of every verse.
Okay.
Right. You know, for example, قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ. Right. And one point we want to take a look at there is that the daal, right? When we tried to read it all in one breath, it ended up making the daal, due to running out of breath, you know, made it sound like a ta.
Okay.
And we had no bounce.
Yeah.
Right. So we should sound قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ. Right. As opposed to ahad. That's supposed to ahad.
I made it into a taco instead of a domingo.
Basically, right? In Brother Bilal's terminologies. Right. Basically, you want to ensure that you stop at the head of every verse, give every letter their due rights, and by stopping at the head of every verse is going to help you to be observant of the letter that you're actually pronouncing.
Okay.